Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to discuss two articles about the bankruptcy of FTX exchange. The first article discusses how FTX went bankrupt and is written by the Associated Press of Mass Live, and the second article describes the red flags of FTX before bankruptcy and is from MSN by Florence Muchai. I hope you enjoy it. If you find it interesting, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Due to the crypto version of a bank run, the collapsing cryptocurrency exchange organization FTX has now become several $billion in debt. The firm's CEO and creator left second week of November, and it filed for bankruptcy support last week. The trading business reported unauthorized entry and missing funds some hours later. Many millions of dollars, according to experts, may have disappeared. The collapse of the once colossal exchange has reverberated throughout the market. An overview of the company's decline is as follows. Concerned that FTX would go under, the exchange opted to offer itself to Binance, a competitor in the cryptocurrency trading market. Due diligence on FTX's financials by Binance continued to be in progress when the acquisition fell through. According to its Chapter 11 petition, FTX cited over 130 linked entities in locations all over the world and estimated its assets to be worth $10 billion to $50 billion. The bankruptcy case was filed in Delaware on Friday by FTX and hundreds of associated entities, notably founder Sam Bankman-Hedge Fried's fund, Alameda Research. This week's events represented a dramatic downturn for Bankman-Fried, who previously this year has been heralded as a hero for bailing out a number of financially troubled Bitcoin startups. He has been a major Democratic fundraiser and is currently believed to be worth $23 billion. On Saturday, hours after filing for United States bankruptcy, FTX announced that its accounts had been breached. Cryptocurrency experts were unable to check out the idea that the firm had been hacked or that insiders had stolen cash, and a dispute ensued online as a result. However, on Saturday, market research company Elliptic speculated that $477 million had gone missing from the trade, while the exact amount remains unknown. In an announcement made by new CEO John Ray III, FTX stated it will disable trading and withdrawals and take other measures to protect customer cash. According to Corey Clipston, CEO of financial advisory provider Swan Bitcoin, Bitcoin holders need not worry so long as they avoid crypto casino gambling companies like FTX. According to Clipston, every exchange constitutes a security risk. He suggested taking charge of your digital assets, as some services may not be as trustworthy as others. A key feature of Bitcoin is that you have the choice to take self-custody and take your money off the exchange, he explained. The problems at FTX have been compounded by the announcement on Sunday that the Royal Bahamas Police Force is looking into the company. The police department released a statement on Sunday saying they were collaborating with securities authorities in the Bahamas to examine if any criminal misbehavior happened at the exchange, which had relocated its headquarters to the Caribbean nation late last year. A source familiar with the matter told the Associated Press last week on condition of anonymity that the U.S. Department of Justice and the Securities and Exchange Commission had begun investigating FTX well before the bankruptcy filing and the disappearance of funds to decide whether criminal conduct or securities misdemeanors had been committed. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency prices have dropped, and businesses that supported FTX are taking notes. Investments. Government officials and watchdog groups are pushing for increased regulation of the complex sector. On Saturday, FTX said that it was transferring all of its digital assets that could be properly accounted for to a new, cold wallet custodian, which is simply an offline storage method that does not permit remote access. The company FTX has entered into several sports-related contracts, several of which are in jeopardy. The Miami Heat of the National Basketball Association and Miami-Dade County, Florida, voted on Friday to sever ties with FTX and rebrand the arena where the team plays. Mercedes announced earlier on Friday that it would begin removing FTX branding from its Formula One vehicles immediately. One of the longest scams against crypto investors may be FTX's never-ending decline. For whatever reason, FTX shareholders have been unable to accept the obvious for some time now. Several warning signs have really been present for quite some time, but investors have been too preoccupied with making a profit to recognize them throughout the crypto winter and the economic downturn. As the investigation into Sam Bankman-Fried's business empire begins, it's crucial to remember that warning signs abound. Their absence was felt. This was an inspiring success story that was hard to ignore. In barely more than 3 years, FTX would go from being a non-existent company to one worth $32 billion. This leaves us with no options. Sam Bankman-Fried, CEO of FTX, conned cryptocurrency investors with a long deception. After the resignation of CEO SBF, FTX has filed for bankruptcy protection in the United States. The application involves Alameda Research and its 130 subsidiaries. When it came to misleading investors, Do Kwon did a worse job than SBF and his staff. Compared to SBF, who was the backbone of the crypto community and crypto rules in Washington, D.C., what Do Kwon did to Terra Luna investors seems like a joke. The fallen superpower's complex schemes won't be able to reverse this amount of betrayal. 21 tweets into an apology thread that begins with, "I fucked up," Sam Bankman-Fried, or SBF, has only partially explained what went wrong. The damage control attempt by SBF is on par with their original story's ridiculousness. The causes of FTX's collapse are complicated and hard to pin down. Simply put, FTX initiated a terminal downward spiral. The production of this spiral is time-consuming and complicated. The media, investors, lawmakers, and regulators all messed up at some point. Oftentimes, hints came directly from SBF himself. SBF claims that he started FTX because he was unhappy at his prior company, Alameda Research, which specialized in proprietary trading using cryptocurrencies. As FTX gained popularity, some concerns were voiced about its meteoric rise to fame. But Bankman-Fried did more than just manage his public image in the press. To participate, he intended to join it. Bankman-Fried and FTX may have thwarted additional inquiries thanks to their cozy ties with the media. Legislators were just as impressed with the FTX brainiacs. The crypto mogul had the ear of Washington either because to his philanthropy, SBF donated over $40 million to candidates in the most recent midterm election cycle, or FTX's revolving door for regulators looking to get into the sector. In the past year, he has testified numerous times before Congress on issues like crypto market regulation, and transcripts show that he has also communicated with SEC Chairman Gary Gensler. The government was also portrayed by SBF. But not everyone accepted FTX's account of success. For months, seasoned short seller Mark Cohodes has been sounding the alarm because he has a working bullshit detector. Nothing made sense, at least not to me. According to me, SBF will make Bernie Madoff appear like the son of God. Author, Mark Cohodes. Some of the largest and oldest participants in the sector have begun to express unhappiness in SBF as a result of FTX's collapse. Crypto platform Kraken co-founder and ex-CEO Jesse Powell has taken to Twitter to attack SBF, listing some of his actions and calling them red flags. In a series of 14 tweets, Powell expressed his frustration with the FTX fiasco and its effect on the cryptocurrency industry as a whole. Kraken's co-founder claims that scammers have been able to take advantage of the cryptocurrency industry because of the good and trustworthy nature of the community. He claims that the con artists make it clear they are only interested in making money and not in the asset class itself. Investors, however, have a different reaction. They praise them for their honesty. Powell went on to say that the problem with FTX isn't one of people trying their best and failing, but rather of people acting selfishly and cruelly in order to further their own interests at the expense of the industry's hard-won gains. He claimed SBF got into the cryptocurrency business 8 years after it started, pretended to know everything, and become a media darling in an effort to get favorable press coverage. The 9-figure sports agreements he made with Bankman-Fried were among the many he mentioned, calling them huge ego purchases. Client assets worth potentially billions of dollars are mostly stranded at the exchange and could become caught up in bankruptcy proceedings for a very long time. In light of the FTX drama, one remark strikes out as very noteworthy. A deficiency in FTX's financial staff. The FTX team is led by a CEO, COO, 2 tech leaders, and 2 compliance and legal leaders, all of whom are introduced on the company's About page. There is a void. A company handling millions of dollars in financial transactions without a CFO seems strange, no? Why should it come as a shock that Sam Bankman-Fried, SBF, got faulty leverage figures? There are many ways in which the crypto industry may be harmed if FTX were to fail. How can speculators fortify their defenses? Can new crypto regulations make a difference? Should there be government regulators of the financial sector? Does SBF really identify as he says he does? Have we been the victims of a protracted swindle, or has something gone wrong with the deal? Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to not miss my future videos. What do you think about the consequences of FTX bankruptcy for crypto industry?